So next we're going to have an infamous little thing in Shakespeare called the three-part build. And usually most actors that love Shakespeare dread these because they're a list. So let's bring up two examples. One's from Twelfth Night and the other's from Henry IV, Part 1.
Tell me, sweet Lord, what is't that takes from thee thy stomach, pleasure, and thy golden sleep?
How will this fadge? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him, and she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. What will become of this?
Good. Do you see how that builds? I loved yours. Although I would say keep it strong even to the end. Golden Sleep is not a throwaway. It's basically, it's strong again where she's saying, you're going to tell me what's wrong with you and you're going to tell me right freaking now. Not that any of us have ever had our significant others do that to us, right guys? Yeah. And I would say for you, it's like a jigsaw puzzle that you're having to fit together. Because literally, fadge literally means, how's this going to work out? And then suddenly, you're trapped in the maze, piecing the pieces together. And there's definitely, I would say, how would you feel knowing that another woman is madly in love with you, thinking you're a guy, and all she wants to do is lock you up in a little room and use you vociferously, and until her body gives out?
How would I feel personally?
Yeah.
I'd have mixed feelings about that.
I would say, but that's true in life. In life, we have real mixed feelings. On stage, we don't. There's one, then it follows the other. You never have feelings at the same time, especially in Shakespeare. What happens is he tends to offer one viewpoint. Oh, crap, here comes the second. And then he does it again. You go through a process of one at each moment, and each one shapes. So how will this fadge is Viola having her analytical moment, and then the rest of it is crap, 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 crap! Right, Becca?
I remember that, yes.
Yeah. So, okay. Do you have any questions for me? What strikes you about these speeches?
I know this, I vaguely know this speech. This is where, what's her name?
Lady Hotspur.
Yes, Lady Hotspur is trying to figure out what the heck's wrong with Hotspur.
Right.
So,
moody, scary boyfriend, husband, yeah.
okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, picture a Klingon with bloodlust, and you're trying to say what's wrong.
Okay, that's kind of scary. Right. So, okay.
But she's equally as strong. I mean, in the next scene, she actually fights him. She actually fights him physically in this. So she's not, she's not below that. So, you're going to tell me. Okay. Anything jump out for you?
Well, just from what you said, I think maybe take more time.
I would agree.
Yeah.
And Shakespeare gives you this, because if you look, how will this fadge? What's there?
A question mark.
That's
Okay.
solid punctuation. It almost always means that you can take a breath there. And when he does it mid-line, he's telling you to. Because in Shakespeare, mid-line breaks, and I mean by solid punctuation, I mean period, question mark, exclamation point, sometimes a real colon, sometimes a semicolon. Commas are almost always there to be used as catch breaths, or in some cases, modern editors got a hold of the folio and were like, this is a punctuation disaster. So they went ahead and put in commas to try to break up the lines, which is the worst thing you can do with Shakespeare's verse. If you break it up too much, because most actors, when they see a comma, will take a pause where they shouldn't, and the line completely loses any sense. But in a case like this, where you actually have a full midline stop, technical term alert, whoop, whoop, it's called a caesura, and that actually means you're stopping midline, And he does that to you for a lot of reasons. One is because you're about to change a tactic, you're about to change the subject, or my mind just went somewhere completely different.
And now for something completely different.
And I mean, there are weird ones. I mean, she has some really weird ones, doesn't she? Where
Yes,
she'll
she
be right
does.
in the midline, and then suddenly it'll seem completely different.
It's a discovery that she makes.
Yeah, and that's a good point. Because discovery happens in those moments in between. So that's what I'd say for you to this one. Keep playing with that idea.
Tell me, sweet Lord, what is't that takes from thee thy stomach pleasure and thy golden sleep?
How will this fadge?
Good.
My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him, and she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. What will become of this?
Good. And now I want you to try something for me. We're going to speed this up a little bit. How will this fadge? We're changing tracks now, and it's a downhill. So it's going to pick up speed. My master loves her dearly. Take the catch breath. Don't stop. And I, poor monster, fond as much on him, and she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. So I would say, and she, take a catch breath there so you can really hit mistaken. Like, wrong! And then another, what's the strong words there seems to you? What are the other words in the rest of that line that seem strong to you, that you'd want to stress?
Me.
I would say no on that. Oh, but,
No, really?
well, yes, that is a stress, but there's another one in there.
Dote?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Because you know what that's like, to have somebody you don't like doting on you. Oh, Jesse, I love you so much. You know? Yeah, see? That's exactly the reaction I was looking for. Yeah, it's that kind of, ew.
Oh God, run away.
Yeah.
Go away.
That's perfect. Yeah, that moment of ew is perfect. All right. So go ahead and take that line, Jesse, again.
How will this fadge?
Take a breath. And go.
My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him, and she, mistaken, seems to dote on me.
Yes.
What will become of this?
Yes. Do you see how that became more lively for you?
Yeah.
That's what we need to do with Shakespeare, is we always need to look for the way that it becomes the human and the part of us that we can identify with. Because believe it or not, guys, in 400 years, feelings haven't changed. You know, in Shakespeare's day, having someone love you that you don't love back still makes you go, ew. You know? When our loved one is despondent or broody, we still want to get what's out of them, get it out of them. But really, good work. Thank you guys so much.